but I wanted to just backtrack and just say, we just mentioned about Pittsburgh. They got blown out and they went out fairly meekly. You wonder now what is going to happen there. I mean, the coach is going to be gone. Are they going to make roster changes? What do they do there?
Well, first of all, they have to take into account they lost over 500 man game to injuries, including their three best defensemen, Chris Letang, Christian Ehrhoff, and Oli Mata, who may be their best. So I think, in fairness to them, they got to get those three back. They also have to find out what's wrong with Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby, because they are not playing at the level that they're being paid. They can't change that. But I was so disappointed in Malkin. And Crosby, I write him off as post-concussion syndrome. I can't think of anything other than that. And it's too bad, because it's a team that if those two aren't available, and at least 80%, they're not going very far, because they suck up $20 million of the payroll in two guys.
Yeah, good point. and Letang,
that's why
third guy.
I don't think they'll make a lot of changes, Perry, for that reason.
Do you not think they're going to change the coach?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
I don't think so.
I'll tell you one thing. If you took that Ranger series out of the perspective of Malkin and Crosby being disappointed, for that team, with some of the piss pots they had on it, to play the Rangers 5 games, 4 of them were 2-1 losses, and they won the 5th 3-2. Talk about a Pyrrhic victory. That was one of them. They showed up, they worked hard, they didn't do much, but they didn't allow themselves to be beaten or embarrassed, and that's the only
other thing, Bill?
I'm sorry?
I said, and the other thing, Fleury played really well.
Yes, I agree. He's back. Fleury is back. I agree. He was outstanding.
Yep.
And so they got the goalie. They've got to decide what Crosby and Malkin are for real. And then, as I understand it, Chris Letang is not well, but I think they're a little more optimistic about him coming back. Ehrhoff is on a 1-year contract. He may not be re-signed. And the kid Mata, of course, he'll be back. And he said one battle with bladder cancer, was it? Or thyroid cancer.
Yeah.
And had his collarbone broken. So he's got some challenges too. But I felt badly for Pittsburgh, though. No matter how hard they tried, they were going to get themselves into a 2-1 game that was never going to pay off for them, except in the one they won where they got 2 quick power play goals and that were able to hold on. But it was all New York from the standpoint of confidence. The Rangers played like, okay, boys, tell us when you're going to put a little pressure on and we'll score and take you out of your misery.
Yeah, well, you're right.
But Pittsburgh's got problems because they gave away a lot of their draft picks. They tried to bulk up, both in the middle of the season and at the trade deadline to just pick up some spare pieces. I don't think there's a lot there.
No, the one guy they got that they gave up a first-round pick for was Perron. Mm-hmm. And when Malkin was healthy, he was filling the net. I think he had 12 goals in about a month and a half. So, I mean, if Malkin's healthy again, and he had a sprained ankle according to dispatches from Pittsburgh. So if he's healthy, then you've got one guy to play with him. Chris Kunitz was almost invisible, and he's an Olympian. I mean, that was unheard of. Dupuis, the kid that played on the left side on the second line, had blood clotting problems.
Right.
They had everything, and they all had the mumps, remember? I mean, they had so many things go wrong that they couldn't think of anything else to go wrong.
And
yeah,
yet,
that's why I don't think there'll be a lot of changes.